In this episode, Derek races the virtual ring. Yep, the WRC possibly coming back to the U.S. And NASCAR was at Bristol. Welcome to episode 201 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rowell, this past weekend we had some racing. I did a little bit of racing. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the racing you did first.
All right. I was at the Nürburgring. You ever heard of the racetrack?
The ring. I've never heard of it ever.
You know, I used to have the outline on the back of my Civic.
I did.
Oh, such
That's
cool
the most
outline.
un-Nürburgring car you can think of.
It really is, but you know what? If you're a racer, it's just part of it.
I get it.
It's the most iconic racetrack layout, in my opinion, ever.
You could be right.
Yeah. So Nürburgring, for those who don't know, is a big old track in Germany. It's like 13 miles or something like that long.
Also known as
the Green Hell.
Yes.
I learned the other day that it has 1,000 feet of elevation in one lap.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's crazy.
Didn't realize there was that much elevation. That's nuts, dude.
So yeah, I raced this on iRacing, which is an online simulator. You can go race against other people. And I'll play a little bit of me driving in the background as we talk about it. But I did 4 hours here. This is supposed to be a VLN event. Do you know what the VLN is? Have you ever heard of that series?
I have. I couldn't say it because it's a German.
Van Lustrik something. Right.
Rburgring. There you go.
Yes. They only race at the Nürburgring, which is cool. And a very unique series. They do 4 hour events. But as you can see here, the Nürburgring is kind of a bit of a shit show. There's a complete blockage on track.
I could see. Oh my!
Cars are going everywhere. They're banking into each other. I happened to be in a split that was only GT3 cars. You could have raced a whole bunch of different classes. The real VLN race that happens here has a whole bunch of different classes. Something like 150 cars or something like that in the real VLN. But if you string that out across 13 miles, it's not actually that bad. We had 50 to 60. I think we had 57 in one of the races. This was 4 hours. I was running it solo. Really fun track. Really difficult track. But basically, I learned that if you keep it clean, if you don't crash the car, you're guaranteed a top 10.
How worried were you, or not worried, how fatigued were you by the end of the 4 hours?
By the end, I did this race twice. I did it Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, you did it twice?
I did it twice.
I did not know that. Yes. Addict, you.
I did 8 hours total.
Oh, my God.
But I learned a lot in the first day. The first day, I was fairly fatigued by the end.
Were you really?
Yes. The second day, I took my learnings, which were don't try to run super fast laps. I was trying to run really fast laps and do really well in the first run. And in the second one, it was just find the pace that you're comfortable at, that you know is safe, that you can complete the race at, and run those laps and just let people crash around you. And that's what I did. So the first race that I did, which was on Saturday, started 52nd-ish, finished 16th.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty good. I put the car on the wall like 2 or 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. Second race that I did started 57th. I think it was like second to last. Finished 7th.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah. I think I put the car on the wall once on the second to last lap because I was racing someone for a 6th place finish.
Was it a kiss on the wall or was it a shunt?
I lost it, put it in the wall. He kind of touched me. It wasn't a big shunt, no. I kissed the front of the car. It definitely damaged it, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. This track is fun because there's a long straightaway at the end of the race or at the end of the lap, and you kind of get to use that as your rest time. So I had snacks, I had water. But when I would pit stop, I'd like get up out of my chair, stretch, walk around for a little bit, kind of take my time, and then jump back in when the pit stop it's like 30, 45 seconds, and I'd jump back in the car and run for your next hour. It was a lot of fun. But what this will do is set me up for the Nürburgring 24 very well.
Are you going to do the Nürburgring 24?
Oh, heck yeah. Now that I know the track well enough, I'm excited for it.
Are you?
Yeah.
When
it's
is
going to
it?
be fun. Yeah. I don't remember.
It sounds like it's going to be Oh my God! And in the background, I just watched someone bounce their way halfway to freaking Japan off the wall. Oh my God!
That's how that race
Just
goes.
a pure, utter suicide.
Right. May 12th through the 14th.
So about a month, right?
About a month.
Yeah, about a month from now.
So this is very good practice for that. Hopefully I can find a good team. I would be willing to do it with 4 drivers. We'll see if I can find a team that wants to do it with 4, because that's 6 hours each in the car.
That's a lot of driving.
It's a lot of driving, but if I just did 2 4 hours, I did 8 hours in a weekend.
You could do 2 3-hour stints and be done.
I could have 3 drivers. The way I did this.
Well, now you're just talking crazy.
I don't want to do that, but we could.
Why don't you just do it too?
You know what?
Speaking like that.
Solo, baby.
Solo 24-hour race.
No.
That'll end well.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great learning experience. Ton of fun. You need to get in there one day.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done bringing it up to top 10. 7th, man.
Top 10, for those who know iRacing, the strength of field was around 2,000, which is not the best, but not the worst. It's like an average.
Okay.
Average in iRacing. Yeah. Definitely not an alien.
Well, great job, my friend. Very, very good job.
Yes, indeed.
So now let's do a little bit of a chat about some racing that we don't normally actually chat about. The World Rally Championship.
The WRC?
Yeah.
Okay. What about it?
We don't usually talk too much about World Rally Championship
No.
because it's just not usually, well, a thing, frankly. Right?
Not for us here in America.
Yeah.
But that might be changing.
Yeah. I think that very well could be changing.
Turns out that Chattanooga, Tennessee might be getting a WRC event, which would be, cool? But then I had the thought, is that where a WRC event should be happening in America?
You know?
Is it?
I can see it.
This would be the first time that a WRC event has been held on U.S. soil. I think it's been held in Mexico pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be the first time in 37 years, is
Almost
what this article says.
4 decades.
That's a long time.
That is a long-ass time.
So let's think. Where should a rally occur in the U.S. if it's going to be the pinnacle of rallies?
I mean, Colorado would make sense.
Right?
I could see any of the mountain states.
Okay.
Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Utah. I could see anything
The Rockies.
western. Yeah, in the Rockies.
What do you think about up in like New York, like Pocono, that kind of area?
I could see it.
The Northeast?
I could see it. To be honest, though, I feel like Tennessee is a good mix of kind of everything.
Yeah, as I've thought about it, I think this might be a good decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's close to Atlanta, so you've got close transport.
Right.
You can get things in and to and from pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's got elevation change. It's got foresty stuff. It's got non-foresty stuff.
Right.
It's got weather that could be good, bad, snowy, rainy, haily. It's got a lot of wilderness.
Yeah. It doesn't have desert, but I don't think you are going to get a desert race in the U.S.
Not unless you went to like Southern California somewhere or Arizona, New Mexico, something like that.
But then at that point, you're kind of just running the same as the Mexico event.
Yeah, there's no point in changing that.
Right. So I think that this is a good decision. I'm kind of excited to see the WRC come back. The WRC is something that I don't really keep up with enough.
Me neither. And I think it's partly because it just doesn't race here.
Yes. Now, do you think that they could pull off the F1 where they get a big following? Because that would be the goal here, wouldn't it, for them?
It would be the goal, but
could they pull off the Drive to Survive for rally, come back to the U.S., have success, and then make it a thing?
See, I don't know if they could, because if you think about the kind of human that is a fan of rally and the kind of human that is a fan of F1. One is, how do I say this very nicely? Cultured.
They're very different people.
Well, oh, yes.
They're very different people.
One is hanging half naked off of a tree to watch a car come by them about 160 miles an hour within an inch and a half of their left testicle hair.
I think that the way that the WRC should approach this is not the Drive to Survive, but it's through Hoonigan.
That would be correct.
It's through the Monster Energy, Hoonigan, that type of brand.
Yeah.
That type of I'm outside doing crazy events kind of brand.
Nitro Circus.
Right.
That kind of stuff. That would be correct. I would like to go to this.
I would too.
This would be a fun event to go to, I think.
Yes. Do you know when in 2024?
I don't know off the top of my head. I didn't see. It may have been in there, but
April 7th?
No. That's a demonstration event.
Oh, man.
April 7th was a demonstration event in Chattanooga.
You know, I really hope that they pull off April 7th and 8th because I will be in Ohio. Because
next year, April 7th, 8th?
Yes, it's my birthday, but there's a solar eclipse happening, and I'm going. And I will be relatively close to that. And if it was there at that time frame, I'd go.
You should.
I'd go. That'd be neat.
Yeah, that'd be a cool thing. I really, really, really hope this happens.
Yep.
I really, 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 really hope this happens. It's because rally is such an interesting thing. It takes... Let me ask you this. Of all the different kind of racing, which takes the biggest balls?
So what do we got? Oval, track, rally.
Open wheel.
Yeah, that's track. That's
okay.
Yeah, rally.
The cojones on these people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. To go through a forest at 120, 150 miles an hour, taking jumps and just...
When you don't know the course.
Nope. Just listening to the guy tell you the turns.
Right, 40.
Yep.
Left,
the pace notes.
80. Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I really hope that this comes to America. It does look like this picture was taken from the rally in Mexico, and this was March 17th. So I imagine they'd go from Mexico to the U.S.
Logistically, that would make sense.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be too far off of that April timeframe, which would be neat. We'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. So yeah, World Rally Challenge or World Rally Championship might be coming back to the U.S.
The
Fingers
WRC.
crossed. Fingers crossed. So let's move into a quick little recap of a race that happened this past weekend. NASCAR was racing at Bristol, which is dirt track racing.
Also
brother.
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So you can go from the WRC to Bristol.
I like this.
Quite the difference.
Is this like is dirt track NASCAR like redneck rally?
Yes. Certainly yes. Because road NASCAR is it's not really sports cars, not that you think of, but it's not this. This is different. Proper NASCAR. So they were at Bristol on the dirt, which is super cool to see. It's super awesome to see these guys slide the car through the corners.
Every highlight, they're just full drift out of every corner, just counter steering to death. It's amazing.
You drive the car with the throttle in this case. Yeah. Which is very different from how you drive the car on asphalt in these cars. You drive it with the wheel. And watching them slide through the corners was very, very cool. The track itself evolves over time, which is really cool to see as well. When you watched the start of this race, you could see that the track was very, pretty much this color, which was very brown, orange. It was very... it wasn't well packed.
The dirt like fresh dirt.
Yes, the dirt gets more packed as the race goes on. Mm-hmm. So you can see a difference in the surface of the track. And also what happens is they start to push up the track as they move along the race. Mm-hmm. So they start and everybody's really low on the apron, getting way down in the corners. But as the track evolves and as the dirt gets more compact, you can move up the track and you can gain more speed running the high line than the low line.
I like how you chose the word gain more speed.
Yes.
The livery on that car.
Oh,
go back a picture.
Was there a gain livery? You're right. Nice. I didn't even do that on purpose.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So another cool thing that happened at this race that normally doesn't happen very often at NASCAR events, especially oval stuff, is if someone were to spin, they didn't always throw the caution.
Yeah.
If it was a very fast spin, because you're always sideways, somebody will spin eventually.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a very fast spin and it really doesn't do much to anyone around them, everybody's fine, they just keep it green, which I think they should do that more often.
Yeah.
Even
definitely.
on the asphalt races, I think that they should do that more often.
Yeah, if there's no harm, there should be no foul.
Right. Just let them continue racing. In sports cars, it's very common. If somebody loses it, they only throw the yellow or the caution or the code 60 or whatever it is. If a car has to be recovered or you got to put marshals on track or like they can't get the car back going.
Yeah, if you have to.
If it's a simple spin, there's just a local yellow flag that happens. That's it.
And away you go.
Keep going. And we're back to green. They don't often do that at ovals in NASCAR, but it was cool to see on the dirt that they would do that.
Yep. Definitely agree.
Another quick note, they did not take the windshields out of these cars, and I think the last time they raced on dirt as well, they didn't take the windshields out. But if you're doing dirt track oval racing, usually the windshield comes out of the car, and the visor is where your tear-off is. So you'll get dirt on the visor, and you'll swap the visor tear-off off, and then that will take the dirt away. Interestingly enough here, I think that every pit stop, they really had to scrub the front windshield.
That guy's holding a tear off.
Yeah, or pulled the tear off every single time. Because you could see from the onboards, it was getting very dirty and hard to see. I'm curious if we'll ever get a world where NASCAR does take the windshields out and they actually let the dirt fly into the cars. I don't think so, because I don't know how much structure that changes.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's a safety concern. But a note nonetheless.
Yeah, either way, really cool. I do like the dirt track racing.
Yes, I do too. I think that they should do a little more of it, not a ton of it. But if you think about the diversity of racing that they've had recently, it's been very diverse.
It's been everything.
Yeah. They've gone from long Daytona-style pack racing to like half-mile oval racing to then, what was it? Not Martinsville, but Richmond, which was like a mile oval, a pretty small one, to then go to COTA, Circuit of the Americas, which is a road course. Now we're over to Bristol, which is dirt oval. So we've done a little bit of every kind of racing in the past month.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Which is really neat.
Big fan of that. I think that's just freaking awesome.
Other series that I know of has that diverse of racing.
I agree. There's not much.
Super, super cool.
But yeah, real quick, the top three. Top three of this race. In third place, you had Austin Dillon in a Chevy. Second place, you had Tyler Reddick in a Toyota. In first place, you had Christopher Bell in a Toyota, which is a natural dirt track racer. That's how he kind of grew up racing.
Good for him.
So, love to see a dirt tracker take a dirt track win.
Yeah, that's where he's home. That's where he feels confident and comfortable.
Yeah, makes the most sense.
Yep.
So this weekend, I believe there is some racing on TV.
Oh, there is. There's a lot of racing.
What do we got this weekend?
This weekend, we have the Long Beach races. So IMSA is at Long Beach. That's International Motorsports Association.
Yeah,
that's the Rolex 24 cars, the Sebring 12-hour cars.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. IndyCar is also there, so you can watch them. And then there's some support series that are there as well, like Porsche Carrera Cup is there. I'm sure that the Road to Indy guys are there as well. So
I'm sure. I think Formula Drift is also there.
Yeah, I think that they might be.
Yeah.
Or they're the weekend before or after? I don't know. Somewhere. Like that. Yes. NASCAR will be at Martinsville, which is, I think, under a mile track, a very small track.
So short track.
So they go back to a short track, but not on dirt this time. This is an asphalt track. And then the WEC, the World Endurance Championship, is at Portimao.
Portimao.
Yes. So that will be a good race as well. I think it's 6 hours at Portimao.
That will be good. There's a lot of good racing to watch this weekend.
Yes, there is.
Well, sit back, enjoy, have a beverage.
Indeed.
So that's going to wrap us up for episode 201. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And, well, drop a comment, too. Let us know which race are you hopeful for the most this weekend. You looking for the IMSA race, the WEC race, the NASCAR race? Let us know. If you're listening on audio only, send us that message directly to social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is We Are Auto _. YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io, where you can go to catch some of your favorite past races. So, thanks again. Catch you in the next one.
Peace.